Yes.
Hello! Come on, it's 2022. Bayaran nyo na yung mga utang ninyo.
Oo nga.
What's up, besties? Welcome back to Quarter Life Bliss Season 3.
This is your favorite finance podcast with your financial bestie Sarah and bestie Yani.
Welcome back, besties, to Quarter Life Bliss Season 3. Today's topic is something super interesting. As in, pinipilit po to ni Sarah.
Ako talaga?
Alam ko ikaw yung nagpalista nun.
Because naisip ko siya before while going through something like it myself.
Oh yeah. But our topic is all about utang.
Ooh, we were serious when we said we're just talking about money this season.
Utang, or we're gonna be talking about loans, our credit cards, debts.
That's
all-
like even
all
just
about
as simple
the
as
negative
borrowing
things.
money from a colleague or
Yeah.
friend, family, friends. So
Let's talk about that.
I don't think we have to describe it anymore. Alam naman natin lahat kung ano yung utang.
Yeah.
Utang is when you borrow money from someone else and you have to pay them back. But in the Philippines in particular, ako, nasa-stress ako pag sinasabi, Sarah, pwede mo pahiram na fair. Nasa-stress ako pag ginaganon ako. Promise. Kasi,
So true.
in my mind, iniisip ko, gusto ko pa ba itong makita? Gusto ko pa ba makita tong taong to?
Rico. Tsaka may pressure na umoo. Na parang ang sama mo kapag hindi mo pinautang.
Why is that though? Why
It's
is that?
I would say it's a reflection of
Generosity?
the person who's borrowing. So, for them, probably there's a lack on their end. There's a scarcity. So, feeling nila, people are obliged to help them. So, when you don't help them, parang matapobre ka or madamot ka or ang mayabang ka.
Yeah, which I personally think is wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong. And it doesn't-
Unfair. It's unfair.
It's unfair.
More than anything, yeah.
Because in a way, it's like, why are you hating on someone because of your shortcomings when it comes to planning or budgeting? But
Correct.
then there are different stories to asking for money, so we'll catch on that later. But okay, what do we want to talk about? Ang dami.
Ang dami talaga nitong topic na to. Napaka-wide topic niya. And we don't wanna generalize. But maybe what can happen today in our conversation is gusto kong i-open to everyone that there are two kinds of debt.
Yeah. What are they?
Okay.
You mentioned this before filming, and I was like, you told me you were gonna tell me while we're filming. So ito, ano yun? What are the
Yes.
two kinds of debt?
Okay. The first one is called the good debt.
Okay.
Good debt.
Why?
And the other one is the bad debt.
Make good debt?
Yeah.
How?
Let's start with the bad debt. The bad debt are the ones that are common. Inuutang because they want something beyond their means. They want to buy something that's new. They want to upgrade their lifestyle. They want to, worst is to gamble it. So that's the bad debt. Yung uutang ka to afford something that you really cannot afford. For
Yes.
example,
And it's-
iPhone 13.
However, if you're an influencer, that might be more of like a business.
Yeah. So
choice.
later yung sa good
Later
debt.
yun,
Ah.
later yan. But
So, yung bad debt is hindi mo afford. Wala siya sa pera mo ngayon. Pero gusto mong bilhin kahit hindi mo afford. Tapos mangungutang ka. Saan ka mangungutang? Possible sa friends, sa family, or sa credit card. Even the ones that you swipe with your credit card is a bad debt if you cannot afford it. And if it's beyond your means. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo kaya, alam mo yung mga nag-i-installment. Kasi for example, magkano ba ang iPhone 13? I think 50? $1,000?
Yeah.
Sabi mo ng 50. You don't have the 50,000 in your bank right now, but you really want an iPhone. So, you do installment.
yeah.
Unfair yun. Kasi you're basically buying something na wala ka pang capacity to buy.
Yeah.
So, ang gagawin mo, mangungutang ka. And then you have debts, you have credit card bills piling up.
Yes.
So that's a bad debt. Another bad debt is, for example, mangungutang ka to gamble. So, let's say, magkakasino ka. Or ano ba yung sa manok? Ano yung...
Sabong?
Sabong.
Sabong.
Sabong? Sabon yarn.
Sabon?
So,
Second card.
for example, yung kunwari, igagamble mo sa ganun, sa sabong, or sa casino. Alam mo yon, yung mangungutang ka because you think you can play to earn or to double your money, ganyan. So, that's bad debt. Bad debt is anything na alam mo namang hindi mo afford, pero binili mo, and then, hindi maganda yung intention. Parang ganyan. The good debt, on the other hand, is good. Ibig sabihin, maayos yung intention. Ako personally, yung description ko for good debt is if it can return the investment. So, for example, school tuition. Mangungutang ka because you need to pay for your children's tuition. And you know na mag-ROI ka doon. Why? Because sila, in the future, makakapag-work sila.
Teacher Yani.
Yes, go.
Paano kung debt because you have to make ends meet, because you have to pay for your bills around the house? Let's say, maybe you're a single parent and you had
a tight budget.
Tight budget. What is that? A good debt or a bad debt? Because they're
What
just
do you
bills.
think?
Ba't ako?
Of course, it's a good debt.
It's a good debt.
It's a good debt. When does it become a bad debt?
If it's
in
not
my opinion, if it happens regularly, na hindi mo na manage ng tama yung pera mo because you have access to utang. Pwede ka mangutang mag-loan, pwede ka manghiram sa family, pwede ka manghiram sa friends. Kung hindi, if it's one-time thing, Understandable. Possible, may nangyari, natanggal sa work, alam mo yan. Pero kung monthly,
like, what are you doing with your life?
Baka maybe check in with your finances.
Yeah.
And check saan ka ba pwedeng mag-improve so that you no longer have to utang.
Yeah. Maybe
to loan.
You're eating too much Korean barbecue.
Correct.
Ganun ako.
Diba? Hindi alam mo bakit? Kasi kapag hindi ka nag-check-in, hindi ka magiging better when it comes to your money. It's just gonna be a habit for you to borrow money.
Yeah, and you'll carry that throughout your adulthood.
Yes. And the worst thing about debts is that you're the one paying for interest. You're not the one earning. What we want to happen is for you to grow your money. You're the one earning, not you paying for interest.
Yeah.
Diba? So, as much as possible, iwasan.
Yeah.
Yun. At least for normal people. Because I was telling you earlier, the biggest businessmen, they also have big loans.
Yes. Exactly.
Why? They want to expand their business. Pero for normal people like us, hindi naman tayo...
Yeah. But that's not what the goal of this episode is. It's really just for the everyday person who is probably thinking, oh, what if my friend borrows money from me? Or,
oh, I feel so ashamed. I have to borrow money. Is the problem really with me? Keep in mind, guys, we're living at a time where there was a pandemic that happened. So I really know a lot of my friends who had trouble with money. I think, personally, I don't think utang should be frowned upon. If anything, you have to learn how to own up to it.
Yeah.
Kung kailangan mo mangutang. Like, parang, Yani,
shit happens.
Okay? Oh, yeah, like, shit happens. Like, Yani, can I borrow like $500? Pambayad ko lang sa ano. I'm sorry, na tight lang ako. And honestly, ako, personally, I've never really, hindi ko kailangan umutang dati. Pero kung uutang ako, I think I would only do it with my closest friends or closest family members. Not even just random family members. Kasi I'd want to, kinoconsider ko siya as keeping it in my close circle.
Right.
Alam mo yan? Because they know who I am and they know what I'm going through.
Yeah, I get that. And I agree. You know what? The best ones na utangan ay yung close family members that won't actually ask you for interest. Kasi may mga ganun dito. Kung dad mo ba, bibigyan ka pa ng interest? Kunwari, mangungutang ka sa dad mo. Dad pa utang $500. Tapos, o sige, basta balik mo sa akin $600. Hindi, diba?
Yeah.
So, if talagang na-tight lang sa budget, kinailangan lang at the moment, then ask money from, yun, mga closest friends or closest people na walang interest para naman hindi ka lugi. But yeah, I agree with not taking it against the person just because ng utang. Maybe case-to-case basis talaga.
Yeah.
Pero on our end kasi, I'm not sure if ikaw ba yung inuutangan.
Ako, honestly, nautangan na ako. And it kind of, admittedly, I remember, and I think I got this from Vice Ganda. Sabi ni Vice Ganda, like, kung mangungutang ka, kung magpapautang ka,
Minsan magpautang ka na alam mong hindi ka mababayaran.
Yeah.
And I guess I kind of, in a way, I still really think that. But as much as possible, hindi rin ako talaga nagpapautang. Because, personally for me, I give all of my money din talaga to my dad, who manages all of my estate. And more than that, I see it as, ba't ka magagalit sa akin kung hindi kita napautang?
Yeah.
Ganun ba ka-shallow yung friendship natin? Ba't
Yeah.
hindi kita mapautang?
Yeah.
Gets mo? So, it's kind of like, I'm sorry, I still love you as a friend, pero hindi kita mapapautang.
Correct.
And I hope you understand
Correct.
that.
That's actually the only rule that I want to implement whenever I lend people money, whenever people borrow money from me. Kaya ko ba tong i-let go? Tuwing magpapautang kayo, ask yourself, okay lang ba sa inyo na hindi yun mababayaran?
Yeah.
Only lend the money that you're willing to lose. Yun lang ang ipapautang mo. Yung kunwari nangutang siya sa'yo ng 10,000, okay lang ba sa'yo hindi na bumalik? Because kahit na close friends mo yan, close friend, close family, possible na hindi sila magbayad. Baka naman ikaw yung matight next month.
Yeah.
Ikaw naman yung walang pera next month. Or meron kang bibilin, tapos hindi mo na mabibili just because hindi sila nagbayad.
Yeah. But can I just say, it's not an excuse na kung mangungutang ka, na never mo bayaran ng utang mo, and because you never fixed your finances. I think you owe
That's
it to
unfair.
yourself. Exactly. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to the person who lent you money na make the effort. Find out where you're spending unnecessarily and fix that.
Yeah. Alam mo, in personal finance, that's under liabilities.
Yeah.
Yung mga loans mo, yung mga debts mo, you know that, diba, in my tracker?
Yeah.
It's part of your liabilities.
Exactly.
That's why you need to check in. Of course, money is energy.
Yeah.
So, kung maraming negativity in your money, ibig sabihin marami kang pinagkakautangan na hindi mo na kinlose, alam mo yun, hindi mo na binayaran, hindi mo na kinausap yung inutangan mo, your money that comes into you will always be negative.
Yeah.
Laging may bit-bit na mabigat because kaya nga kailangan, it's like decluttering eh.
Yeah.
Declutter the negative things in your money.
That's such a nice way of putting at it. Like, ako personally, ang gaan ng loob ko whenever I pay my bills. It's just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, parang ganun, diba? It's like, to a certain degree, that's what you would feel if nabayaran mo yung utang mo.
Yes,
Na,
exactly.
Yes, it doesn't have to be weird anymore.
Yes, exactly. Yun mismo yun. So, same with any other utang debts that you have. Kailangan, alam mo when to pay and you have to schedule it.
Yeah.
Pay for it, or if you're really not gonna pay for it, I would say communicate it to the person. Communicate it to the person. Don't just let it, alam mo yun, wag mong hayaan na may elephant in the room.
Yeah.
That, like for example, may friend ako, meron siya utang sa akin 2 years na.
Yeah.
And ako pa yung nag-open up sa kanya. Like, close pa rin kami hanggang ngayon. Pero ako yung nag-open up na, kaya mo bang bayaran kahit ganito per month? Alam mo yun, na parang, hindi ka ba, parang, maybe the reason why you're not succeeding in terms of your finances is because meron ka mga unsettled bills.
That is I love how you kind of, in a way, you made it a bit of a spiritual thing. Na maybe the reason why you're not growing or getting out of that rut is because you keep holding on to your utang.
And maybe that is
It's energy. Money is currency and currency is energy. So,
That's
if
nice.
may
I
mga...
really like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that now.
So,
from now
if
on.
puro negative yung nasa listahan mo, then the money that will come into you will always be negative.
Yeah,
You
like
won't
at the back of your mind, yung hindi mo, sinasadya mong hindi
And it
bayaran.
feels, I'm not sure, pero ang awkward kaya na parang meron kang kinakautangan.
Oo.
Parang alam mo may kailangan kang bayaran. I know this because in 2019, nangutang ako sa brother ko. Tapos alam mo yung everyday, parang inisip ko, paano kaya gagawin kong work para mabayaran ko siya? Because I enrolled in a coaching class. 6-digit. So wala akong 6-digit at that time. Galing ka lang ako on States, wala na akong money. At nag-self-love tour si ate girl. So in short, wala na akong money. I had to borrow from my brother. Kasi gusto ko talaga enrollan yung coaching class. Kasi gusto ko maging coach. Which, as you can see, na ROI ko na.
Yeah, na ROI mo.
So it's a good debt. Diba?
Yeah.
And nangutang ako, wala namang, walang deadline, walang interest.
Yeah.
But still, every day, it's like a negative energy in me na feeling ko, hindi ko deserve kumain sa labas kasi may utang pa ako.
Yeah.
Hindi ko deserve mag-grab
Yeah.
kasi may utang pa ako. Parang mag-jeep na lang kaya ako. Alam mo yun? Parang ganyan. Kasi meron akong utang. So, I wanted to settle that right away.
I'm happy though that you're like that, but that you're thinking that that's how you think of your utang na parang, oh my gosh, since may utang pa ako, ayoko muna ito bayaran. Ayoko muna ito gastusin para mabayad ko dito.
Diba?
That's actually something that I feel like hindi ko alam if some Filipinos just don't know about it or some Filipinos choose to ignore it. But there's no shame in thinking like that. Really. There's no shame in thinking like that. If anything, I feel like you should be proud na, yes, may utang ako, and hindi ko siya kinahihiya, but you know what?
Hindi ko rin siya kinakalimutan.
Hindi ko rin siya kinakalimutan. Like, alam mo yun? Hindi ko pa siya mababayad, pero hindi ko pa siya nakakalimutan. And that's something very commendable.
Yeah, and that's part of financial responsibility. It's your responsibility to give back the money that you borrowed.
Yes.
Hello, come on, it's 2022. Bayaran nyo na yung mga utang ninyo.
Oo nga. Send this to your friend na may utang sa'yo.
Kaya even in my coaches, with my coaches, I always say, settle all your bills first. Settle all your credit card bills. Settle your utang. Kung meron ka pang load, settle it all first before you acquire something new that you would pay.
Yes, exactly.
Diba? For example, Yani, may short-term goal ako. Okay, that's good. But to me, settle all the credit card bills with higher interest. Yung highest interest, unahin mo na yan.
You know what?
Kasi talo ka talaga.
I kind of consider myself lucky because I've never had to make utang to anyone. If anything, ako talaga yung nagpapautang. But speaking from an experience na ako yung nauutangan, minsan talaga ang sakit pag hindi ka pinabayaran. Tapos ikaw pa yung may kasalanan.
Tapos ikaw pa yung mahihiyang maningil. Come on.
That's something that I had to learn myself na, teka, ba't ako nahihiya? Or, teka, ba't ako nahihiya maghindi? Like,
Yes.
dapat nga, I feel like ang dami ko nang nabigay. At saka sa dami ko nang pagdaanan, parang I think I can say no. And to all my nagpapautang people, if they're the ones who's gonna start a fight, grabe no. If they're the ones who's gonna make you feel bad, I think that says more about them than it does about you.
Yes, definitely. And you know what? Ano siya eh, meron kasi tayong negative belief in terms of pagpapautang.
Yeah.
May mindset tayo na bakit nga ba tayo nahihiya? Na maningil.
Yeah.
Or bakit tayo nahihiya mag-say no when someone's borrowing money from us?
Yeah.
It's a negative belief. And iba-iba yung belief natin dyan. Pwedeng we want to be needed by people. We think that the money that we have, we don't deserve it. Kaya we just have to help people through our money. For example, that's a belief that you can work on. But I guess the main point here is that you identify sino ka ba, 'di ba? Ikaw nga yun ang papautang eh. It's your money. It's your money. You have your right to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, take ownership din. And kung ikaw naman yung nangutang, baka naman, 'di ba? Ikaw naman yung I mean, if you cannot pay it right away, like for example, sabi mo sa katapusan babayaran ko, but you can't. Naipit
Take initiative.
ka. Take initiative and say, okay, pwede bang monthly, weekly, ito yung babayaran ko?
Kasi I think mas ma-appreciate yon. Like, as long as you take any form of initiative,
Correct.
mas,
Just communicate it.
yeah, you would make the person who is lending you that money actually, honestly, kung magpapautang ako, tapos they're taking initiative, I'd be proud. Like, oh, you're so nice. I mean, hindi ko nasasabihin out loud. Pero nasa isip ko parang, ang bait nito. Siya pa yung
Diba?
nag-i-initiative.
Siya pa yung nag-initiate na, sige, babayaran ko yung utang ko, ganyan.
Tama,
Kasi
tama.
ang awkward talaga, lalo na kung family member yan, or close friend mo na you have to meet all the time. And then, alam mong may something in between you guys na may utang, diba?
Oo.
Yun.
So, yeah.
Paano ba natin ma-avoid yung mga utang?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's actually the next topic that we're gonna talk about, the utang. And I think the number one word is preparation.
Yeah.
You have to really prepare for your
Budget!
finances. Yeah, budget. You really have to learn how to budget. But, however...
Alam mo, lagi ka nakukuha.
Ano?
Coach, kahit mag-budget ako, hindi talaga enough.
Anong ina-advise mo?
Find other sources of income. Increase the income.
But, okay, I have a question, Coach Yani. Doesn't that seem like, lalo na ngayon sa hirap ng buhay, like, no matter how hard I try, wala akong makawang extra work, ganyan, blah, blah, blah. Ano masasabi mo sa kanila?
Ako, find ways pa din.
Find
Ako hindi ka mawawalan ng ways to earn.
Ako, if you really think that you can't earn more, adjust how you live your life. Ako, live within your means naman na.
Yes.
Yung susunod.
Yeah.
Yun, diba?
Definitely, that's one. Live within your means. Pero paano kung, 4 kasi yung anak ko, may school pa sila, ganito. Alam mo, find ways to earn money, like, other ways na wouldn't take much of your time.
Yeah.
Or kung magti-take super ng time mo, alam mo yun, budget your time well, manage your time well.
Yeah.
Ako, yun, because, to be honest, even if I'm here, I'm earning. May pasabay pa nga ako eh. Lahat na lang pasabay. Diba? May pasabay boxes.
Pasabay, oo.
Anything that could earn money, na nakikita ko opportunity, I just grab it.
Go, like, do it.
And
ako din, like, even
Hindi
like...
lang dito, kahit sa Philippines.
Yeah, like, ako, right now with my YouTube and everything else, like, I keep thinking na, I want to have a day job still because I want to earn the extra money, and more than that, I also think of it from a business perspective na I don't want to accept deals na, alam mo yun, ina-accept ko lang kasi gusto ko ng pera or kailangan ko ng pera. I want to, if ever I'm creating content, dapat, it's because I believe in that product. So, kaya, naghahanap din ako ng other ways to earn money that's not related to my content creating lifestyle. Diba? So, may mga ganun din talaga. Kanya-kanyang discarded din talaga yan.
Yeah. So, yun, to avoid utang, number 1 is to prepare. Yan, no? Ang ganda nung sabi ni Sarah. Prepare, that means budget. Diba? If that means increasing your income. Number 2, sinabi mo na rin live within your means. Live within your means if that means wala ka munang luho for the next 6 months.
If that means hindi ka muna pwede
Because you need to
mag-Korean
pay,
barbecue.
Yeah, because you need to pay for something na, for example, you don't have emergency funds and nabangga ka. So you have to pay for the bangga, the person, or whatever. Then, budget it well, and bayaran mo muna, isettle mo muna lahat ng
You know,
kailangan.
that's where insurance comes in. Like, I really do believe in insurance, but I think that's gonna be a topic for a different episode.
Definitely. pero yun, yeah, I agree with that, no? But yeah, being prepared. Being prepared pala also yung meron ka emergency fund and sinking fund so that you don't need to borrow money if the rainy day comes.
Yeah. So, I guess the main point of this episode is when it comes to utang culture, wag tayo mahiya.
Mag-no?
Wag tayo mahiya mag-no. Wag tayo mahiya na ito lang kaya nating bayaran. Like that, I think we need to be more open about utang in our culture and just be able to talk about it without it ruining friendships and relationships.
Oh my gosh, yes. Amen.
Diba? Amen, I believe.
Kasi grabe, ang daming nag-FO dahil sa utang.
Diba? And it's like, ang liit na bagay. Ang liit na bagay.
You know what? Sabi nga ni Madam Riza in my vlog, communicate. Kung hindi mo kayang bayaran pala dun sa una mong sinabing schedule, edi renegotiate.
Exactly.
This is what I can.
Oh.
But communicate it. And at the same time, if you're in the point of view of or you're in the side of the one na nangungutang, I would say, be honest, check in with your finances, tignan mo how you can pay for it, budget it, plan it.
Yes, and know that it doesn't make you any less of a person to have to do that.
What makes you less of a person is nagkalimutan na. Wala nang nagbayad ng utang. Kalimutan mo na.
Ayaw na bayaran, hindi niya naman naalala. Kasi I believe you me, kahit hindi niya maalala, maaalala ni God. Maaalala ng universe.
Totoo.
Yes.
Diba? So, dapat have that shame. Doon ka lang mahihiya. But if you have utang and you know na may utang ka sa tao na to, please, my gosh, settle it and talk to that person.
Yeah.
Huwag mo naman kalimutan.
Yeah,
Diba?
exactly.
Parang may ganyan akong friend sabi niya sa akin. Nangutang siya sa akin. Tapos sabi niya, ganitong day, for example, February 1 today. Kunwari, February 1 ko babayaran. Tapos February 10 na, kunwari, hindi pa siya nagbabayad. Tapos message ko lang siya, hey, what's up? Ganon. Sabi niya, uy, this is what I can pay right now. Sorry hindi ko nabayaran ng February 1. This is what I can pay and then I'll pay the rest next week itong date. Eh di ako parang, okay, fine, diba?
Yeah.
If it's hard for you, I understand. Just let me know if you have,
Exactly.
if you need more time
Yeah.
to build it up before you pay me. It's fine with
Yeah.
me. And mas maa-appreciate pa yon ng person na inutangan ninyo.
Exactly.
Or even the
exactly.
bank. Even the bank. Diba? Paalam mo lang para naman hindi naman warrant of arrest na yung next na ipapadala sa'yo ng bank dahil hindi ka nagbayad ng credit card.
Exactly. I believe in that. Actually, I have a friend na nangutang sa akin. And parang, it's just kind of sad to see because you could see na talagang ashamed siya. And I keep telling that friend of mine, ba't ka nahiya? Okay lang. Alam ko na may pinagdaanan yung pamilya mo.
Yeah.
Hindi mo naman, alam mo yun, like,
Rainy days happen.
yeah, nangyayari siya. Hindi dahil nangyari siya, masama kang tao. At nakikita ko talaga nag-e-effort ka. So, yun yung importante.
Yeah. So, one way to avoid is to prepare for those days na bigla mong kailanganin ng extra. And yun. Okay, anong last tips mo for those people na madami pang utang ngayon?
Last tips, na madami pang utang, just take it one step at a time. I personally know people na nagkaroon ng utang ng 1.5 milyon na pesos. Pesos naman, hindi naman dolyares. Na 1.5 milyong pesos. Pero nabayaran naman nila. At saka may interest yun So, it's possible. Just take it one step at a time. Have a good mindset. Wag ka masyadong maghigpit ng hawak sa pera. Kasi, like, alam mo yun, parang siyang love life. The more you hold on to it.
Yeah. Let it go.
Let it go. Anyway, but no, for real, if you find yourselves having a huge amount of that, just renegotiate, like what Yani said. Take it one step at a time, and eventually you're gonna be able to pay it off. Like, just don't be so negative about it because it's a fact of life. People can just really need to borrow money. What matters is you're doing something to pay it off. You're taking one step at a time to pay it off.
Yun. Have the mindset of paying it off.
Yes.
To me, my advice would be, number one, as much as possible, if you could prepare and not utang. Don't put yourself in a situation that you would need to borrow money.
Actually, dapat nga yung mindset mo, like, no, that shouldn't be an option for you.
That's an option.
Kasi diba,
That's the pinaka-last, kumbaga, pinaka-last resort na dapat siya.
last resort, pero huwag mo nang isipin completely.
Yeah.
Like, just don't think na pwede ka mangutang.
What if walang magpapautang sa'yo? Ganon yung mindset.
Ganon dapat yung mindset. Like,
So, as
walang
much as
tulong sa akin. Joke
Oo,
lang.
as much as possible, wag mangutang. Yun
Yes.
talaga for me.
Yes.
Para mas clear ka.
Kung mangutang ka nga, like what Yani said, like, good debt. Like,
Don't
big ROI. ROIs.
Mag-ROI.
You know it's really for good. And if it's for something like to make ends meet, find out what you did wrong for that month and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's it. I think magandang topic to simply because I know a lot of people struggling to pay utang.
Yeah.
Struggling to pay utang and struggling to pay CC bills.
Yeah.
Credit card bills.
It's
Piling up.
It's a struggle, and everyone. I think I have credit card bills, but even
Pay it
if you
on
just
time.
pay 10,000 at a time every month, kakayanin.
Pay it on time.
That's
Yun
so
na lang.
Filipino. Kakayanin.
Diba? Kakayanin mo. Pero, yun. It's 2022. So, don't be ashamed to open up the topic of utang. If someone borrows money from you, don't be ashamed to get it. To singil. Or, if you're the one who really badly needs it, don't be ashamed also to ask support from people close to you. 'Di ba? Para mabayaran mo yun. Yun.
Yun.
Borrow for the right reasons.
Oh, yes. Leave it at that. I like that. That's the last thought we ever want to let you guys know. Borrow for the right reasons.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you at the next episode.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another episode of Quarter Life Bliss.
Let us know your thoughts by joining our community at facebook.com/group/quarterlifeless podcast and following us over at Quarter Life Bliss podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
And that's it. Anything else to say, bestie?
Find your bliss and money will follow.
Yawn.